Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, I will be talking about the second episode of Invincible today. And don't worry, I'm not gonna have 7-minute rant again about something with Omni-Man dying or whatever. Actually, that'll come up towards the end. I'm just struggling to think of what to say, because I don't want this to be 5 minutes in comparison to the other ones. I'm going on for over 17 minutes. Just on that one rant and just running it through in my head. But yeah, it's very much dealing with the aftermath, and it's hard for me to just go off on a deep rant about that as well without also just covering what basically happened in a long drawn out way instead of just being concise about it. This episode does great with dealing with the aftermath of what happened, at least the perceived aftermath of the blah 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 Justice League prestige being wiped out and Omni-Man being unconscious, with the first assumption being that somebody attacked everyone as a group without really realizing Omni-Man was the one that did it. We'll get into that more in a second, but yeah, we really do get the feel of, I think Sandra is in it. Oh no, is she played by Sandra Oh? Is that what I'm thinking of? Either way, Omni-Man's wife and Mark, we get a great sense of them, of their dread and worry about seeing, the husband/father in the appropriate order, because that would be awkward otherwise. It's what? Real? Anywho, just being in such a grievously injured state, and them just being hospital bound, always want to look after him, and just caught on him despite the fact he's unconscious, can't really perceive it at all. They just want to be there for him for their own need as much as whatever good will do for Omni-Man, which, given what we know. But yeah, there is also good work in there as well, because you see it is draining on Mark, and I'm just gonna call her Sandra, realizes that she's kind of been neglecting her son because of her husband's condition. But by the end of the episode, he's back on his feet and destroying an entire planet, so he bounces back quickly. But yeah, two main threats within this episode seem to be an invading army from another dimension, which has to retreat because apparently their own time goes faster where they are. So being in our timeline ages them quicker, which is not how that works. That's not relativity. Just because time goes faster somewhere else does not mean something being moved to an area where time goes slower will still continue to move at a faster rate. Especially because it's it would be a progressive condition of something. But instead, it's very much, oh yeah, we'll just give a few seconds, a few minutes to cause some chaos, and now we're feeling the effects. It's just fundamentally not how it works at all. A better example of this is in Doctor Who. I can't remember. It's a very fancy name in relation to a poem, but I can't recall off the top of my head. But it was in, I want to say, season 10, the penultimate episode, where the Doctor is just on a spaceship that's trapped between, well, not between, but getting sucked in it by a black hole, but being able to output enough force to resist it, but not get away. So how long they can keep that up? But yeah, it's basically each level of that spaceship going downwards is moving at a faster rate, progressing at a faster rate of time due to the relative gravitational forces of the black hole. So days, example, just a minute on the very top floor furthest away from the black hole is 10 years. I want to say 100 stories or so down towards the black hole. That's how that works. But if you take someone from that bottom level to the top, they're not going to age to death rapidly. They're just going to be in an area that runs differently within time, relatively speaking. I'm not explaining this the best, but like, well, I think I am. I've just kind of rambled. I hit the nail on the head to begin with. I'm just giving a rambling example. Anywho, we get Teen Team, which is just like I think a reference to something to Teen Titans and just name. But it is like, I want to say a relatively unique hodgepodge of characters. You have the leader being like this robot, either made or alien. It is not made clear to me yet. Being in charge as, you know, the adult of this group of teens, which is actually a nice change, because it's like someone in charge of the group that can be held accountable and give them guidance without necessarily being able to fall into a patronizing tone due to the fact that he's kind of like a robot and artificial life. So his maturity, if he is even older than them, is not relevant to him personally. I say him, it's a masculine voice. Not sure what I identify as. Not really that relevant anyhow. But yeah, it's just a nice dynamic. Yeah, the hodgepodge of powers. We got your Scarlet Witch with like Atom Eve. Then we got like a Boom Boom one from like X-Men, but a guy. Duplicate, self-explanatory there, can make copies of themselves. And there was another. Was that it? Yeah, Duplicate. There's always like 3 of them on screen at once, so I thought the group was kind of a little bit bigger or had another member, but no, that is it. Well, maybe Invincible, who knows? Only a 2nd episode. Yeah, I really like exploring the team, and like it has a robot leader. I have a soft spot for robots, so I very much enjoyed that. And like having them to be on the front lines because of the Justice League prestige being dead is a unique situation. That was a very nice to watch, like having to be on the front lines for this massive alien invasion and try to hold them off, and only winning because they have to retreat, otherwise they'll age to death every time. You know, and have them having to deal with that mentally and was physically almost dying multiple times. Duplicate gets killed multiple times, and like I am surprised how they don't find that scarring at all. Like that would actually be very neat to explore. Anywho, I've derailed myself. Yes, it's just nice to see that actions have consequences, and normally I think they'd still be there, but they certainly would be helped out by this Justice League from this universe. But they're dead now, so it's not like, oh, they're auxiliary or support. They've suddenly been elevated to frontline team because of the vacancy. It's very nice. Another little, threat that happens? Not so much. Basically, this is like intergalactic peacekeeping thing that sends a challenger to make sure they have someone reasonably capable of fending off world-ending threats. And, you know, Omni-Man, just out of the hospital, doesn't really want to go deal with that just yet, because this is supposed to be a tough guy as far as I'm concerned, but they don't know why he's coming. But Mark finds out, but just like talking to him telepathically, because he can't breathe in space, so he has to hold his breath, which is like, and this is supposedly a spacefaring race, so it's like, why not just say, hey, yeah, we don't really need to breathe, so why not do that? Anywho, that's a whole tangent. Oh yeah, we're already at 9 minutes. That's going good. So yeah. Where was I? Yeah, talks to him, gets informed of this. Turns out he got the planet wrong by a letter, an English letter, so that's a bit odd. But still, he was looking for Uwath. He was at Earth. So he was rightfully embarrassed by that mistake. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be a plot thread for later, or it's just the most odd subversion ever that goes nowhere. It has to be a Chekhov's gun situation. Otherwise, I am so baffled. So very baffled. There's no real difference here. Just like trying to line up. I'm looking just slightly below it because of it's about here for me. So yeah, just looking slightly below it makes me look like I'm looking straight on. Whereas that it is tilted. Love to figure this out when I'm live on camera here talking to you. I'm leaving this in. And that pretty much wraps up everything that happens except for like the genocide. Like he just ruins an entire planet, and there's nothing that confirms what I said last time, but he does says Earth is not yours to conquer, which is a pretty strong hint that, you know, he lied about why he was there. Doesn't confirm or disprove my theory that for some cockamamie reason they go to planets and F about to see if they can develop the same powers they have, which means they have the potential to someday develop them naturally through evolution. So they just come in and wipe out the local populace and just take over. Would be dumb, but like, yeah, no. I mean, the supposed to be like the bad guys here, secret bad guys. So it's like, bad guys tend to do dumb things. Well, at least bad organizations. Anywho, I think that, yeah, that would be about everything. I've covered everything I want to talk about. There's like some character stuff between like Mark and like this girl he has a crush on. I can't remember off the top of my head. But, you know, that's just going to kind of be a background thing. And I'll go into further detail with it once they have like a proper on-screen interaction with each other. Some fun moments with it, but like not really worth going into. So yeah, that is... I'm just racking my brains here. Oh, yes. I can't believe I almost forgot this because I did actually like it. It's some odd prestige between like Etrigan, John Constantine, and like just, you know, your basic pulp detective. If this is based on something very specific, I am unaware of it. So he honestly comes off as kind of unique in this world. Compared to everything else that is like a direct prestige and is just kind of using demon magic to help figure out what happened to the Justice League here. And he's like, there's only the Justice League and Omni-Man here. He's trying to figure out if there was something else. It's like, no, he makes it clear it's only the Justice League and Omni-Man that were there. No one else. And the director, you know, a bit old and scarred and whatnot, and is kind of like a serious guy in charge, but very stubborn. It's like, I don't want to hear any of this. Don't you talk to anyone about this, or I'll send you back to hell myself. And it's like, if he'd only just listen to him and act on it, probably would save a lot of lives down the road. But he won't, so... Yeah, that is everything I want to talk about. So thanks very much for watching. Actually, that's for the outro. What is in the outro? Twitch channel should be linked below, at the very least in the about section. And it's a Twitch/gaming YouTube channel. I'm just a favorite YouTuber. Want to see me stream games and stream games, and I do play D&D as well, but that's on a different site. I have to check up on that. I will do that immediately after this recording to see if that's uploaded so I can make a playlist. Good work, me, for reminding me. Okay, cut to outro. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. Be sure to like, comment, share the video about the place, and to subscribe. And also, if you're feeling exceptionally generous, take a look at my Patreon. Thank you very much for your time. Ta-ta, Wiedersehen, until we meet again.